Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today we're going to talk about face camouflage. And yeah, before we start that, if you're interested in detective stories, there will be a link to my book called Bloody Crosses. It's in Dutch, so if you're interested, take a look. So, face camouflage. Why I'm not talking about camouflage in all, because that's a whole video on itself. But in this video, I want to talk about face camouflage specific, and in what situations can they need it? What can you use, and when do you use it? All right. So I've been talking to some guys who are playing airsoft, and we were talking about the topic of camouflage, and this is really divided in a way, because for some people they think you have to put a net, a camouflage net over your head like a ghillie suit. Some people say you have to get one of those face paints. But uh, what I what I did not heard anyone talking about was a very simple technique and tool that was used in World War II and even before. So just to let you know, this, for example, is just ordinary Dutch from the Dutch army of camouflage pocket. So as you can see, got all sorts of camouflage in it. But this is what a lot of people talk about when they say they're going to use camouflage on their face. But like I said, there is something similar, easier, and much cheaper from World War II, and this just some coals from a campfire. So why would you use these instead of these? Well, there's a big difference in that, and I will show you with a demonstration. I'm gonna do the left side of my face in the normal camouflage and the right side of my face with the coals, and you will see what I'm talking about when I show you the differences. So, first of all, the problem with this kind of camouflage is if you're going to use it, uh, it's first of all it's a little bit more expensive. Second, if you can see, there is more options, but it also makes it a little bit more bigger, takes on spacing, and most important, if you want to be stealthy, then there is a problem with this, because if you get caught and they or later on they find you with this, they will know you have nothing good in mind. So if you get caught by owners of a certain field or a place, police, military, from whoever side they are, they will find it very suspicious, and you might be even arrested as suspicion of being a spy, a criminal. So that's the first problem with this, and I will use it on my face right now. That is the first problem I want to show you. As you can see, it is very hard to get on your face because it's like a paste, so it will take more time to get it onto you. It's not even, he's even worse than I thought. I'm gonna use some more. As you can see, it's very hard to spread, and even if you're going to use some water, as you can see, I always have some water in my canteen. Mixed some water. That way it spreads a little bit better. I don't know if you can see, but it's not really the best camouflage, as you can see, but I'm doing this on the go, and that is the point I want to make. If you want to camouflage yourself on the go, it's kind of a tricky thing to do very fast. And as you can see, it's now on my face, and it's a little bit camouflaged, but the thing about camouflage is it shoots. There is a thing with humans, and when you where you recognize the face, it's like that phenomenon where you look at the clouds and you see things, faces. When you look at the moon, you see the face in the moon, and that's something that is attracting something very immediately, even if you're not looking for it. So that's the point about face camouflage, that don't see any facial features, and as you can see, you can see a lot of my facial features. But now we're going to use the coal and see how big of a difference this result is from commercial face paint. So what you do is you just squash it up, the powder, and as you can see, it applies very, very fast. And as you can see, it's already darkened my face. Not to be, how do you say this? What is the term? Blackface. So, I don't know if you can see it because I don't know how the camera will turn out to be, but here is the coal and here is the commercial face paint. And what kind of a difference? Is it a big difference? I would say, from what I can see, the coal is much more effective. But you would say you have not put the commercial paint properly on your face. That's my point. It's about doing something very quickly in a tricky moment when you really needed it. So, if you can see, that's quite a difference. But here comes the biggest point that I wanted to make. If you are, how do you say this, being stealthy, and you suddenly need to stop being stealthy. What do I mean by that? You have completed your mission, your task that you wanted to do, or get by a sentry point or whatever. Well, the problem is to get it off, because if you are now going to be walking on the road, walking among civilians, if you meet a patrol, police, checkpoint, military, whatever, they will see your camouflage and they will think you have been up to something. So I always carry some water in my EDC, as you can see. So the thing is, we're going to see how well it will wash off your face, so there is no trace anymore of what you did. First, we're doing the commercial paint. Yeah, there's still a lot of it. So now we're going to try with the, how do you say this, with the coal on my face. Yeah, there's a lot of gone. You can still see the commercial paint, but from what I can see from the camera's angle, the coal is almost totally gone. Whoops. So, that is the point I wanted to make. Camouflage is about be able to improvise and also to ditch it in a moment noticed. So, as you can see, the coal is gone, the camouflage from the commercial paint is still very visible, and if I would be caught with one of them, I would rather be with the coals, because that is often gone, directly gone, and it's something that you can explain. For example, if you get stopped by a police checkpoint or whatever, and they ask, "What have you been doing?" They will notice the face paint directly, but if they find some leftover trails of coal, you can explain, because you fell on something, you have rubbed your face after working with some dirt and coal or something, you came from work or something. That is something that you can explain with a reasonable, something that is very believable. If they see the face paint, that's not the case. And it is the point I want to make. And another thing is, you have to carry this with you. But if you are on a bug out or whatever, and you use coal you can find with any campfire, anything that have burned, you can get a source of coal to camouflage your face. And that is the points that I wanted to make about the difference between coal and this. So it's an old army trick from even before World War II, and it's still working very well. And the more coal you use, the more dark you get. But with this, the problem is the coal has a sort of relief on top of it. But if you use camouflage face paint, it sticks to your skin, so the contours of your eyes, your nose, your mouth is still kind of visible within the paint, so to say, and unless you really smear it up. But like I said, It's hard to get off. It's hard to bring on very professionally, unless you're going to do stealth for a few days in a row. But yeah, I would say think about this, and if you know any other improvised camouflage tricks, let me know. I'm always eager to learn. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and see you in the next video. Cheers!